Hi, welcome once more to Mr. Max. In this lesson, we are going to revise from September 2020 Kwa-Zulu Natal province question. Okay, September 2020 Kwa-Zulu Natal trigonometry section. That is question number 5, 6, and 7. Let's start. Question number 5, 5.1. Without use of a calculator, cos 79, 5.1. Without the use of a calculator, cos of 79 times cos of 311 plus sine of 101 times sine of 49. So this is the question. Without the use of a calculator, you have to find the answer of this one. Cos of 79 into cos of 311, then plus sine of 101 times sine of 49. Okay, so here look at this first number 79. Okay, and look at this 101. 101 is 180 minus 79. Am I right? Check in your calculator. What is 180 minus 79? That is 101. So there you will get a 79. Here there is a 79. 311. Here it is 49. What is 360 minus 49? That is also 311. So here you will get a 49, and here there is a 49. Okay, so we can do it like that. So this is cos of 79 times cos of 311. We can write it as cos of 360 minus 49, then plus sine of 101. We can write it like this: sine of 180 minus 79 times sine of 49. So now we have to apply reduction formula here. Okay, so this is equal to cos 79 times 360 minus 49, cos of 360 minus 49. 360, this is 360. 360 minus means which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. Okay, fourth quadrant, you know that cos is positive also. Okay, so 360 minus 49, which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, what is positive? Cos is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is positive. Okay, and there is no change if it is based on horizontal line. 360 is a horizontal line. Okay, so here cos, here also cos. Then 49 plus. So listen once more. This is what in this order you have to think. You have to answer by yourself. Okay, 360 minus 49 is in which quadrant? Okay, fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, what is positive? Cos. Here what? Cos. So it is positive. Okay, then no change if it is based on the horizontal line. 360, 180, so horizontal line. So here it is cos, here also cos. 49. Then 180 minus 79. This is 180 minus 79, second quadrant. Second quadrant, you know that sine is positive. Okay, so here what? Sine. So that one is also positive. Here it is positive. Okay, okay, so 180 minus 79 is second quadrant. Second quadrant, sine is positive. There is sine, so it is positive. Okay, then if it is based on 180 or 360 horizontal line, there is no change in the trigonometry. So it means that here sine, here also sine. Sine of 79 times sine 49. So can you see something here? What is that one? Which type of expression is this? Which type of expression is that one? Cos 79 cos 49 plus sine 79 sine 49. If I call this one as A, 79 as A, then this 79 is A. 49, if I call it as B, then 49 it is B. So let's try to read as A and B. Cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. What is that one? cos of a minus b. You have to know that formula, okay? Cos of a minus b. A minus b means 79 minus 49. You know, you studied a formula like this. Cos of a minus b is equal to cos a cos b. When here it is minus, here it is plus sin a sin b. This is the formula that you studied. Okay, so similarly this one cos a cos b plus sin a sin b, that is cos of a minus b. Okay, so what is 79 minus 49? 30. So that one is cos 30. So this is equal to cos 30, and what is the answer of cos 30? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So the answer is root 3 by 2. Okay, so that is question number 5.1. Now let's move to the next question, question number 5.2. Okay, question number 5.2. Question number 5.2. What is that question? Given sine x plus y is equal to 3 sine of x minus y, and you have to prove that tan x is equal to 2 tan y. 2 tan y. This is what you want to prove. Okay, so it is given that sine of x plus y is equal to 3 sine of x minus y. Okay, and if it is like that, you have to prove that tan x is equal to 2 tan y. So how can you prove this one, guys? How can you prove this tan x is equal to 2 tan y? Okay, so anyway, what you have to do here, you know the expansion of this one. What is sine of a plus b? Sine of a plus b is sine a cos b plus cos a sin b. Sine of a plus b is sine a cos b plus cos a sin b. Then what is sine of a minus b? The only difference is there, it is minus, that's all. Sine a cos b minus cos a sin b. So you have to know these two formulas. In case if you have any doubts, you have to look at the back side of your question paper. In that formula sheet you will see this one. Okay, so similarly this sine of x plus y, I am going to expand sin x cos y plus cos x sin y. This sine of x plus y like this. Okay, then is equal to 3 into sine of x minus y, a minus b, sine a cos b minus cos a sin b. Here it is x minus y, so it is sin x cos y. The only difference is here it is minus, then cos x sin y. Now you have to expand this bracket. Okay, so that is sin x cos y plus cos x sin y. Expand the bracket, 3 into this one, so it is 3 sin x cos y, 3 into minus that one, so minus 3 cos x sin y. Expand this one, 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. Now look at this one, here cos x sin y, and here minus 3 cos x sin y. So those are like terms, so take this one to the other side. Okay, so look at let me take look at this one, sin x cos y. Here this is equal to 3 sin x cos y. These two are like terms, sin x cos y, sin x cos y. Okay, so take this one to the other side, so it is this sin x cos y, this sin x cos y Now I am going to take this one to this side. So it is minus 3 sin x cos y is equal to, there is a minus 3 cos x sin y already there on the right side. Okay, now cos x sin y, these two are like terms, so I'm going to take this one to the other side. Okay, so it is minus cos x sin y. So what is this one? Sin x cos y minus 3 sin x cos y. What is the number here? 1. So it is, these two are like terms, sin x cos y, sin x cos y. So 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3 is minus 2 sin x cos y. Okay, is equal to, these two are like terms, minus 3 cos x sin y minus cos x y. So here it is minus 3, here it is minus 1. So minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4. Okay, so there are minus 4, then cos x sin y, cos x into sin y. So we are up to there. Okay, now look at what we want to prove. We want to prove that tan x is equal, if it is like this, tan x is equal to 2 tan y. Tan x is equal to 2 tan y. So if I want to get the left side tan x, okay, so if there is a cos x here, okay, sin x by cos x, I will get a tan x. Okay, but I have to cancel this minus 2, this is an extra fitting, then only I will get this tan x. Okay, so what I am going to do is, I want to get tan x here, so what I am going to do is, I am going to divide both the sides with minus 2 cos x, then this one also I have to cancel, so cos y. I can't just divide only on the left side. If I divide on the left side, I must have to divide on the right side also with the same quantity. So divided by minus 2 cos x cos y. So listen here, why I divided with minus 2 cos x cos y? Because if I have a cos x here, then I know that sin x by cos x, I will get a tan x. Okay, but there is an extra fitting here, minus 2 and cos y, that one also I have to delete. Okay, so what must I do? I divided that one with the minus 2 divided with the same thing, cos y. Okay, so I know that these two cancel, I will get sin x by cos y. That's why I divided with the minus 2 cos x cos y. So I can't divide only on the left side. If I divide on the left side, I must have to divide on the right side also. Okay, so now cancel this one. What is this? Minus 2 cancel, cos y cancel, cos x cancel. Here minus plus 2, 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, now what is remaining? Sin x by cos x is tan x is equal to, there is a 2 there, then all of this one cancel, sin y by cos y is tan y, and that is what we want to prove. Okay, tan x is equal to 2 tan y. Okay, so that is question number 5.2. now let's move to the next question, 5.3. Okay, question number 5.3. Question number 5.3. What is that question? Given, it is given that cos x divided by sin 2x is equal to cos 2x, not is equal to, sorry, it's minus, so minus cos 2x divided by 2 sin x is equal to sin x. So cos x divided by sin 2x minus cos 2x divided by 2 sin x is equal to sin x. So this is the question. Okay, now what is the first question? 5.3.1. 5.3.1 is you have to prove that this one is equal to, the left side is equal to right side. You have to prove this one. If you simplify this one, you will get sin x. That is the first question. Okay, so now how can you simplify this one? This is a double angle sin 2x, isn't it so? You know the formula, 2 sin x cos x. Then we want the answer in terms of sin x, sin. Okay, so cos 2x, that's also double angle. You know 3 formulas for cos 2x. What are the 3 formulas? Cos 2x is equal to cos square x minus sin square x. Then the second one is 2 cos square x minus 1, and the third one is 1 minus 2 sin square x. Okay, so which formula, that is a confusion you have. Okay, which formula we have to use here? Okay, I don't know which formula. Okay, but I am guessing that I want the answer as sin x. So probably I have to take this third formula with the sign. You understand? Okay, there is not a, I can't say a particular rule. Okay, here if it comes like this, you have to take this. If it comes like that, you have to take, no, there is no formula like that. Okay, you have to say, you have to understand by practice. Okay, so probably this one, because the one that we want to prove, there is a sin x. Okay, so anyway, let's try, then let's see what is coming. Okay, so cos x divided by this sin 2x is a double angle. So what we can write, 2 into, you know that formula here, 2 sin x cos x. We can expand like that, sin 2x is equal to, I'm going to select this formula, the third one. Okay, so it is 1 minus 2, not is equal to, sorry, again I put is minus 1 minus 2 sin square x divided by 2 sin x. So here cos x you can cancel. So what is remaining? 1 divided by 2 sin x minus 1 minus 2 sin square x divided by 2 sin x. So here you can see that both the terms, there are 2 terms. Okay, this is the first term and this is the second term, and it is separated with a minus. So in both the 2 terms, 2 sin x is the denominator, same denominator. So it's very easy. You take the LCM of 2. Okay, LH yes is equal to. Okay, so what is LCM? 2 sin x. Then since the denominators are the same, we can just write the numerator as it is. So it is 1 minus, then don't forget to open a bracket, because this minus is common for both of these terms. Okay, so I open a bracket, then 1 minus 2 sin square x. Okay, now expand the bracket, 1 minus 1, minus into minus is plus, 2 sin square x divided by 2 sin x. This minus 1 plus 1 cancel. So what is remaining? 2 sin square x divided by 2 sin x. So here you can see that this 2 and 2 you can cancel. Sin x, sin square x, we can cancel 1 sin x. So what is remaining now? That is equal to sin x, and that is what we want to prove, or that is our RHS. Okay, so we already proved that cos x divided by sin 2x is equal to, that one is equal to sin x. Okay, so that is question number 5.3.1. now let's move to the next question, 5.3.2. Okay, let's move to the next question, question number 5.3.2. 5.3.2, what is that question? Hence solve for x. That means you have to find the value of, or values of x, where x is an element of 0 to 360. Okay, and what is the question? 1 plus, question is 1 plus 2 cos 2x, 1 plus 2 cos 2x is equal to cos 2x divided by 2 sin x minus cos x divided by sin 2x. You have to solve for x where x is an element of 0 to 360, and this is the expression 1 plus 2 cos 2x is equal to cos 2x divided by 2 sin x minus cos x divided by sin 2x. So how can you solve this one, guys? How can you answer this one? Here this is 1 plus 2 cos x. I am going to write that one, 1 plus 2 cos 2x. We have to find the values of x. That's the question, don't forget. Okay, now how you see this one here, cos 2x divided by 2 sin x minus cos x by sin 2x. How you see that one before? Look at this one. Here it is cos x divided by sin 2x, this one, minus cos 2x divided by 2 sin x. We already proved that that one is equal to sin x. So what about this one? This is vice versa, like this. Am I right? Okay. So what you can do? This one, cos x divided by sin 2x minus cos 2x divided by 2 sin x. How can I write? Swap it around. I have to take a minus common factor. Then I can write cos 2x divided by 2 sin x minus cos x divided by sin 2x. Am I right? Okay. So if I want to write this one first and this one here second, okay, so I have to take a minus common factor and I can write it. So if you expand this one, minus into this term, that is the second term, minus into minus plus cos x, that is this one. Okay, and actually, so we know that this one is sin x. So what about this one? This one is how can we write? That is minus. So how can you write this one? This is cos x divided by sin 2x. This is minus sin x. So if we swap it around, you know that you have to take a minus common factor. Okay. So this one is going to be, actually that one is minus sin x. When it is like this, answer is sin x. When it is when you put upside down like this, okay, then it is minus sin x. You understand? Okay. So this left right hand side, cos 2x divided by 2 sin x minus cos x by sin 2x is minus sin x, because the other way around it is positive sin x. Okay. So this one it is minus sin x. Okay. Okay, so from here this one, let me write it in order. This 2 cos 2x, take this one to this side, so it is plus sin x, then this is plus 1 is equal to 0. Cos 2x, here you can see that there is a sin x, so here also I am trying to get a quadratic equation. Okay, so this cos 2x, you already studied a double angle formula. Okay, what is in terms of sine? That is 1 minus 2 sine square x, this cos 2x. Okay, then plus sin x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so now expand that bracket. So what is that one when you expand this one? 2 into 1, 2, 2 into minus 2, minus 4 sine square x plus sin x plus 1 is equal to 0. So this one minus 4 sine square x, then this one plus sin x, 2 plus 1 is 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so here it is minus, so I am going to throughout multiply or divide with minus to convert this one into positive. So what is that one? 4 sine square x plus into minus is minus sin x plus into minus is minus 3 is equal to minus 0 is the same as 0. So now we got a quadratic equation in terms of sin x. Okay, so let just to take our work easy, okay, let m is equal to sin x. I call m as sin x. Okay, so how can we write this equation now? 4m square sin x square, that is m square, minus sin x minus m minus 3 is equal to 0. So we got a quadratic equation now. So we have how many marks for this question? 5.3.2, 6 marks. Yeah, that's why we have to do so many things. Okay, so we have to factorize this one. So let me erase this one. Those who didn't write, you have to pause the video and write it. Okay, so now we got a quadratic equation, 4m square minus m minus 3 is equal to 0. So what are the factors, guys? Okay, what are the factors? This one is 4m plus what? Let's check. M is equal to 0. So here the factors 4m plus 3m minus 1. Is it correct? 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. 3m minus 4m plus 3m is minus m. Yeah, it's correct. So the factors are 4m plus 3 into m minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so before I go to that one, before I go to the next step, how can you factorize this one? So to know more about this one, you have to watch that algebra videos. Okay, there I explain clearly. I will briefly explain how can you find easily. Okay, you just draw a cross like maybe you studied in your class. Okay, then you multiply this 4 with this minus 3. 4 times minus 3 is minus 12. Write it here, minus 12. And what is the middle number? Minus m means what is the number here? 1. Write it here. Okay, so you want to find two numbers, the product of the number is minus 12 and the sum of the number is minus 1. What are the numbers, guys? You have to find two numbers and the product of the number is minus 12 and the sum of the number is minus 1. What are the numbers? 4 times 3 is 12, and so we want the negative, so minus 4 and 3. What about this one? Minus 4 times 3 is minus 12. Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. Okay, now not finished. What you have to do is, what is the coefficient of m square here? Coefficient of m squared is 4. Okay, so you divide both the sides with 4. Okay, so minus 4 divided by 4 is minus 1. 3 by 4, just leave it like that. Okay, now what you have to do is this 4, denominator 4, you have to write it like this, 4m, then what is the numerator? 3. So 4m plus 3. Okay, then here minus 1, just write it like that, m minus 1 is equal to 0. That's easy. Okay, okay, anyway, you can follow, there are different methods to solve this type of questions. Okay, so you have to watch that algebra section. This is one of the easy methods in case if you find difficulty to write it like this directly. Okay, okay, so from here either 4m plus 3 is equal to 0 or m minus 1 is equal to 0. So from here, what is 4m? Minus 3. What is m? Minus 3 over 4. Okay, m minus 1 is equal to 0. What is m? Take this one to the other side, so m is equal to 1. Okay, so actually what is our m? We gave that m is sin x. Okay, so it implies that sin x is equal to minus 3 over 4. What is m? Sin x. So sin x is equal to 1. We substitute it back. Okay, so sin x is equal to 1. Now look at this one. Sin x is equal to minus 3 over 4. What is the reference angle? What is the reference angle now? You have to find the inverse. Am I right? Okay, so reference angle. So the reference reference angle is equal to sine inverse of, avoid this minus when you find the reference angle, okay, sine inverse of positive 3 over 4. Check in your calculator what is sine inverse of positive 3 over 4. 48.59. So it is 48.59. So the reference angle is 48.59. So sine is negative. What? Sine is negative in which quadrants? Sine is negative in third and fourth quadrant. Am I right? Sine negative. Here all positive, here sine positive. So sine is negative. Can you see negative here? Okay. So that is on the third and fourth quadrant. So we have to find that one, third quadrant. Third quadrant, how can you write? X, here the angle is x. So x is equal to 180 plus the reference angle. Reference angle is 48.59 plus K 360. Actually here the question, we don't want to write this plus K 360 because here look at the question once more, guys. Look at the question paper. Solve for x. They are not asking you to find the general solution, so there is no need to write. When it is the general solution, we have to write plus K 360. But here in this question, it's not a general solution, so there is no need to write this plus K 360. So here what is answer? 180 plus 48, 228. Yeah, 228.59. So that is on the third quadrant. So I told you sine is negative in the third and fourth quadrant. So next one is fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, how can you write? X is equal to, here the angle is x, that is this one, okay. X is equal to fourth quadrant 360 minus reference angle. So 360 minus reference angle is 48.59. We don't want to write plus K 360 because it's not to find the general solution. So what is x? 360 minus 48, that is 311.41. 311.41. So that is the second solution, okay. So we only find the answer for this one. Now for this one, sin x is equal to 1. So when is sin x 1, x is equal to what? Sin 0, 0, sin 90 is 1, okay. So x is equal to 90 here. Now sin 90, check in your calculator, what is the answer? It is 1, okay. We have how many solutions for x? How many values of x? We got x is equal to 228.59 and x is equal to 511.41. So there are three values we got for x: 228, 311 and 90, okay. So that is question number 5.3.2. now let's move to the next question, question number 6, okay. Okay, so let's move to the next question, question number 6. Question number 6. What is that question? In the diagram, the graph of f of x is equal to a sin bx, f of x is equal to a sin bx, and g of x is equal to c cos dx. So there are two functions given, one is f of x and the second one is g of x, okay. Then based on this one also, x is an element of minus 90 to 360. So first let me draw that diagram, then based on that one I will explain, okay. Okay, so this is the given diagram. I try to draw a rough sketch of that g of x and f of x here, okay. So you can see that this it is written here g of x, so it means that the red one is f of x, the red graph, this one is f of x, this is f of x, and this one is g of x, okay. Okay, now what is the first question? 6.1. question number 6.1. you have to find the values of A, determine the values of A, B, C and D. That is a question. Okay, so you have to find A, B, C and D. Okay, so now A and B are on f of x. F of x is this one, this red graph. Am I right? Okay, so there, what is this A? A stands for the, it determines the range of the graph. So here there is no +1 or +2 or anything. Okay, so it means that this is a sine graph, and for a sine graph, what is the minimum and maximum value? -1 and +1. Or here we can see that in this red graph of f of x, what is the maximum value? It is 1. What is the minimum value? It is -1. So it means that the value of A is equal to, directly we can write it is 1, or the amplitude, we can say that the amplitude. Okay, so here the what is the amplitude of this f of x graph? That is 1. -1 to 1, that means the amplitude is 1. Okay, so we got A is equal to 1. Now what is this B? B determines the period of the graph. Am I right? Okay, so here look at this graph. What is the formula to find the period? Okay, anyway, we got that value for A, that is A is equal to 1. Okay, now what is the formula to find the period of a sine graph? Period is equal to, we studied that 360 divided by coefficient of x. Am I right? Okay, so that is 360 divided by, what is the coefficient of x here? Coefficient of x, that is B. That is what we want to find. Okay, so 360 divided by B. Okay, now from the graph, how can you find the period of f of x? This B is on f of x graph. Okay, so from the graph, how can you find the period? Yeah, period means it takes the degree which takes to complete one rotation. So look at this red graph f of x. It started in -90. So from there down, then up, then the same point. It's ended on +90. So from -90 to +90. How many degrees that one? -90 to 0 is 90. Then another 90. That means 90 plus 90, 180. So it means that this f of x graph took 180 degrees to complete one rotation. So it means that from the graph we know that the period is 180. So otherwise, formula wise, how can you find the period? Period is equal to 360 divided by coefficient of x. So here the coefficient of x is b. That is why 360 divided by b. Okay, so from here how can you find b? You just swap it around. This b will come here, this 180 will come here. So b is equal to 360 divided by 180. So it means that the value of b is 2. Okay, so we got the second one, b as 2. So a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2. Okay, now we have to find c. What is this c? C, amplitude. Okay, so c is, don't forget that the graph is different, g of x. So for g of x graph, can you see that the maximum value is 2 and the minimum value is -2. That means it is from -2 to +2. So it means that what is amplitude? It is 2. So the value of c is 2. There you have. Directly we can write. Okay. Now cos dx. Cos dx, what is this? D determines the period of the graph. Okay, so here look at the graph. Now we are talking about the g of x graph. Okay, so it started from -90 on the x-axis. Okay, so then up, top, then down, then again, and on the x-axis is 270. Okay, so from -90 to 270, it travels to take one complete rotation. Look at this, from -90 up, top, bottom, then again on the x-axis. So how many degrees? -90 to 270 means 90 plus 270, that is 360 60 degrees. That means this is 90 and this one is 270. From here to here 270. So 90 plus 270, that is 360. So it means that this graph took 360 degrees to complete one rotation. Do you understand? Okay. So the period of the graph from the graph is 360. Okay. Otherwise, how can you find the period of a cos graph? Same formula. Am I right? Okay. Period is equal to, what is the formula? Same formula for sine and cos graph. Same formula. Coefficient of x. So 360 divided by, what is the coefficient of x here? It is d. And from the graph, I told you the period is 360. So from here, how can you find d? You just swap it around like what we did previous. This d will come here, this 360 will go there. So it is 360 divided by 360, that is 1. So it means that the value of d is equal to 1. Okay. So we got all the values. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 2, and D is equal to 1. Okay. So that is the first question, 6.1. Okay. So let me write it here. A 1, B 2, C 2, and D, what is D? 1. Okay. Now let me erase this one. Let's move to the next question, 6.2. Okay, next question, question number 6.2. Question number 6.2. Here the question is, what is the period of G? Yeah, we already got G, period of G. Okay, anyway, period is equal to 360 divided by coefficient of x. Period of G, so it is this one. So it is 360 divided by coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is d. We already got d as 1. So it is 360 divided by 1. So what is the period? 360 degree. Or from the graph, like what I said before, from here to top, how many degrees it takes to complete one rotation? 360. 90 plus 270, that is 360, or using the formula like this. Okay. So that is question number 6.2. Now let's move to the next question, question number 6.3. Question number 6.3. Determine the values of x in the interval minus 90 to 360. Okay, minus 90 to 360. You have to find the values of x. And what is the first question? For which first question is 6.3.1. What is that one? F of x is less than or equal to g of x. F of x is less than or equal to g of x. So here which graph must be, you have to find the values of x. That means this is the x. Okay, so you have to find the values of x satisfying this condition. F of x is less than or equal to g of x. So which graph is greater? Yeah, less than, f of x is less than or equal to g of x means g of x graph is bigger or greater. Okay, g of x is greater means, try to understand like this, g of x graph must be on top. Okay, and f of x must be at the bottom. Okay, so g of x is at the top. So here you can see that which graph is on top. Yeah, g of x is top and f of x is at the bottom, and that is what we want. G of x is greater. So from this minus 90 you can see that g of x on top, g of x on top, f of x is this one, g of x on top, g of x on top, g of x on top, up to this positive 90. Then after 90 what happened? G of x bottom. Am I right? This is f of x bottom. We don't want that one. G of x bottom, g of x bottom, g of x bottom, up to 270 g of x bottom. We don't want that. Then again g of x is on top. That is what we want. Okay, so it means that from x is an element of from minus 90 to positive 90, minus 90 to positive 90, you can see that g of x is on top. Okay, and also where or x is an element of, from where here you can't take anything from after this 90 because g of x is at the bottom. Okay, but after this 270 again g of x is on top. Okay, so 270 to 360. So 270 to 360. So between minus 90 and 90 and 270 and 360, g of x graph is on top, or the black graph is on top of the red graph. Okay, so that is the answer of first question. Okay, now why I put this square bracket? Because here it is less than or equal to, so I can include that minus 90 and 90 and 270 and 360. That is why I put a square bracket. In case if here it is only less than, then I am supposed to put a open bracket. Don't forget that. Okay, so that is question number 6.3.1. let's move to next question, 6.3.2. Question number 6.3.2, what is that question? F dash, you have to find the values of x, same question. Okay, you have to find the values of x where f dash of x times g dash of x is greater than 0, where g of x is greater than 0. G of x is greater, this is a condition, g of x is greater than 0. Okay, so g of x is greater than 0 means we don't want to consider the negative side. Am I right? Okay, we don't want to consider this side. This is g of x less than 0, so we want to consider only from this 0 to that side. Okay, so there is no need to worry about this part. You understand? Okay, that part is not there because of this g of x is greater than 0. Okay, so now how can you find the answer of this one? So here this we have only from 0 to, this is minus 1, this is 0 to. Okay, so now how can you find this one? F dash of x times g dash. What is f dash of or f prime? What is that one? It's a derivative. Okay, so when you multiply the derivative of f of x and the derivative of g of x, the answer is positive. Greater than 0 means positive. Okay, so when you multiply whatever f of x or f dash of x, okay, when you multiply two functions, the answer is positive means either both of the function must be positive. Positive times positive is positive. Am I right? Okay, or both of the function must be negative, then only the answer is going to be negative times negative is positive. Okay, so it means that either both positive or both negative. Okay, now here what is this f dash of x positive means? You know, in calculus section you studied if there is a cubic graph like this. Okay, when the graph is increasing, assume that the equation of this one is f of x. Okay, when the graph is increasing, you remember that one up to this turning point, the first derivative is greater than 0. When the graph is decreasing, you can see the graph is decreasing and the first derivative is less than 0. Again you can see that the graph is increasing, that means the first derivative is greater than 0. Okay, so try to understand like this. When a graph is, doesn't matter it's a quadratic or a cubic or a whatever graph. Okay, when a graph is increasing, first derivative is positive. When a graph is decreasing, first derivative is negative. Okay, once more, when a graph is increasing, first derivative is positive. When a graph is decreasing, first derivative is negative. Okay, so now come back to our question. Here look at this one. Here is the graph increasing or decreasing? Up to 180. Up to 180 is the graph increasing or decreasing? It is decreasing. Am I right? When a graph is decreasing, you know that the first derivative is negative. So here you can see that since the graph is decreasing, the first derivative is negative. Okay, so negative, 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 up to there. Okay, after that turning point, the graph is increasing, but so it means that when the graph is increasing, the first derivative is positive. Okay, similarly same applies for the second graph, f of x graph also. Okay, so this is g of x graph, this one is g of x graph. Okay, what about the f of x graph? Here you can see that it is increasing, so it means it's positive up to this point. Okay, then it is decreasing up to here. Okay, so it means that here it is negative, 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 negative up to there. Okay, again it is increasing, so it is positive, 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 positive up to there. Again it is decreasing, negative, 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 negative up to here. Again it is increasing, so positive, positive. Okay, so only thing is increasing, positive. First derivative, I am talking about the first derivative, not the graph. Okay, increasing, positive, first derivative, decreasing, first derivative, negative. That's all. Okay, okay, now what is this, before I explain this one, what is this point? This point is a middle of 30 and 60, so it means that this point is between 30 and 60, it is 45. This point, it is middle of 120 and 150, that is 135. This one is the middle of 210 and 240, that is 50 into 25. And this one is the middle of 300 and 330, that is 350. Okay, I'm talking about this turning point here, 45, here 135, here 225, here 350. Okay, now we want, when we multiply, we want the positive. Greater than 0 means positive. So I told you, if you want to get a positive answer, both the graphs must be, both of that one must be positive, or both of that one must be negative. So look at this one. This one is negative here up to here. So here you can see that here it is positive, but after this point, can you see that it is negative? Okay, so here it is negative, here also it is negative. So negative times negative is positive. That is what we want. Okay, or you have to check both the graphs decreasing or both the graphs increasing. Okay, so here negative, here negative. At this point, what is the x value? 45. So x is an element of 40 greater than, so 45 to what? Negative, 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 negative. But after this point, you can see that this graph is going to be positive. Here still it is negative, but if you multiply this, you can see positive, negative, it is negative. We don't want that. So only up to here, negative, negative. At this point it is 135. That means 45 to 135, both the graphs negative, negative. Negative times negative is positive. Okay, then here negative, positive we don't want. But what happened after this point? At this point it is 180. This is 180, this point. Okay, after that 180, positive, 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 up to where? Up to this point, because after this it is negative. Negative times positive is negative. So up to this point, what is the x value? 225. So between 180 and 225, 180 to 225, can you see that? Positive, 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 positive. But after 225, this one is going to be negative, so we can't take that one. Okay, because negative times positive is negative. Okay, after 270, no, we can't take that one, because this is positive, this is negative, positive, negative. But here you can see that after this point, this is positive, this one is also positive. Positive into positive, positive, that we can take. So at this point, what is the x value? 315. So after 315, what is that? This is 315. So positive, 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 up to 360. Positive times positive is positive. So up to 360. So here the x is an element of 45 to 340, 335, or x is an element of 180 to 225, or x is an element of, or you can write it a union like that. Okay, So this is the answer, 6.3.2. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Question number 7. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next question. Question number 7. Question number 7. In the diagram, PQR are 3 points on the same horizontal plane. PR is equal to QR is equal to M. Okay, first let me draw that diagram. Then based on that one, I'll explain. Okay, so this is the given diagram. So here it is given that PR is equal to QR is equal to M. PR, this is PR and QR. So both of these one M. So here it is M, here also it is M. Okay, so now this angle is Y and this angle is X. Okay, whatever may be. Now before I continue that one, here these two sides are equal means the opposite angles are also equal. Am I right? If in an isosceles triangle, if these two sides are equal, then the opposite angles are also equal. Okay, so similarly here these two sides are equal. So what is the opposite angle of this side? X. So this angle is also going to be X. Do you understand? Okay. Okay, now what is the first question? 7.1. Question number 7.1. Express the area of triangle PQR in terms of X, N and M. So you have to find the area of triangle PQR. That is the first question. Area of that PQR, this triangle. Okay. So here I told you if this one is X, this is also X. So first we have to write Q1 is equal to X. Okay. What is the reason? What is the reason? Opposite angles of equal sides in geometry. Okay, so just write it is not compulsory, but in case if one mark is allocated for the reason, you can just write it like that. Okay, opposite angles of equal sides. Okay, so Q1, we know that Q1 is X because these two sides are equal. Okay, now how can you find the area of PQR? What is the formula? Area A is equal to half into, how can you find the area of this one? So if here it is ABC, okay, how can you find the area of that triangle? Half into area formula, AB into AC into sine of this angle, sine of that included angle, okay, sine A. So similarly here okay, before I find the area, let me try to find this. We are supposed to take this angle R1. Am I right? This angle R1, because we know these two sides. So we are supposed to take this angle. Okay, so we have to find what is that angle before we find that one. Okay, so what is this angle? This is X, this is X. So what is this one? Sum of the angles in a triangle. So it means that R1 is equal to 180 minus X plus X. So R1 is equal to 180 minus 2X. So this angle is 180 minus 2X. So what is the reason? Sum of the angles in a triangle. Okay, now we are going to find the area. Area is equal to half into this side PR into this side QR. I am trying to apply the area formula. Okay, so those who doesn't know the area formula, you have to study you have to watch that lessons where I explain what is area formula, what is sine formula, cosine formula. Okay, so half into PR into QR into sine of 180 minus 2x, that angle. So the angle is 180 minus 2x. Okay, so area A is equal to half into PR. PR is given that M. QR also M. Sine of 180. What is 180 minus 2x? 180 minus means second quadrant. Second quadrant sine is positive, here also sine, so it is positive. Then there is no change because of 180, horizontal line no change. Reduction formula, okay, 180 minus 2x is second quadrant sine is positive, here also sine, so it is positive, no change because it is based on horizontal line, so it is sine 2x. Okay, so what is this one? Area A is equal to half m square sine 2x. Let's see what is the question in terms of x and m. In terms of x and m, so we got the answer. Okay, next question, show that 7.2, question number 7.2. Question number 7.2, hence show that PQ is equal to 2m cos x. PQ is equal to, PQ is here 2m cos x. Okay, this is 180 minus 2x. Okay, let's see. So we have to find PQ. We know the opposite side and we know this side m and the angle also x. So which formula is better? Cosine rule, I mean sine rule. This side you have to find, you know the opposite angle 180 minus 2x, and any one side, both are same. This is m, this side is m, and what is the opposite angle? X. Okay, so I am going to apply sine rule there. That means PQ over sine of which angle? Sine r is equal to PR. If I take PR, if you want to take a PQ, I mean QR, there is no problem, it's the same thing you will get. Okay, then sine of which angle? If I take PR, then sine of Q1, so sine of Q1. Okay, I'm trying to apply the sine rule here. So we have to find PQ, so PQ divided by sine R. What is R? Sine 180 minus 2x. So sine 180 minus 2x is equal to PR. We know that PR is m, so it is m divided by sine Q1. Q1 is x, so it is sine x. So from here, how can you find PQ? You cross multiply this one to here. Okay, so that m is already there, then this sine 180 minus 2x divided by sine x. So PQ is equal to m into 180 minus 2x. Previous question we did second quadrant sine is positive, here sine is sine, so it is positive, no change because of 180, so it is sine 2x divided by sine x. This sine 2x is a double angle formula, am I right? So PQ is equal to m into, how can you expand this one? 2 sine x cos x divided by sine x. So here you can see sine x and sine x cancel. So what is PQ? PQ is equal to 2 into m, that is 2m then cos x. I hope that is what you want to put. Yeah, 2m cos x. So PQ is equal to 2m cos x. Okay, so here I applied the sine rule. Okay, that's how I got this answer. So that is question number 7.2, and now let's move to 7.3. So what is PQ? PQ is 2m cos x. Don't forget this one. Okay, now let's move to 7.3. Question number 7.3. What is that question? Hence prove that. Hence prove that, that word hence. So it means that we are going to use that 7.2, this one. Okay, some connection. Anyway, let's see. Okay, hence prove that SP is equal to, where is this SP? This is SP, Superintendent of Police. This is SP. Okay, so SP is equal to 2m cos x. What is this 2m cos x? That is this one, PQ. So they took this one. Okay, and tan y. Y is here. So anyway, this is a vertical pole, so it means this one is 90 degrees. Okay, so anyway, let's try to take a tan y here. Okay, tan y of that triangle. Tan y in which triangle? in triangle SPQ or PQS. SPQ. What is tan y? Tan means opposite side by adjacent side. What is opposite side? SP. What is adjacent side? You know, this is 90, so this one is hypotenuse. So the adjacent side is PQ. So from here, what is SP? You cross multiply this one to this one. So PQ times tan y. So SP is equal to, we already know from the previous question, PQ as 2m cos y. So 2, substitute that one, 2m cos x, cos x tan y. Is it that one what we want to prove? SP is equal to 2m cos x tan y. So we done. Okay. So guys, that is question number 7.3, and that's the end of trigonometry section in Kwa-Zulu Natal, September 2020. Okay. So thank you for watching. I hope you understand clearly. Okay. Keep on watching. Okay. See you on the next lesson. Bye.